This video, I'm going to show you one of the best passing concepts in college football 25. It's going to come out of my Oklahoma State offensive ebook. And we're going to be looking at the play Z-Spot. Now, this is a old school play, super good play. Like every year, this play is good. Cool part is in college football 25, this play is probably as good as it's ever been. We're going to show you why in the video. And also, one of the things I do want to say is if you want to get my full breakdown of this playbook, you can get my full ebook for just $10 by becoming a school.com community member. School.com/Cody Bauer is our website. If you want to check that out, that link is going to be in the description. So the play is Z-Spot, and the setup for this play is we're going to streak our slot receiver. We're going to drag our tight end, and we're going to put our outside bunch receiver on an in route, and we're going to stem him up one click. So you see it's going to be about kind of a middle of field in route. And then we're going to stem the solo receiver down as much as we possibly can to get it go shorter. And what you're going to see here is our first read is this tight end drag. If they're not playing hard flats, we want to make sure that we're taking that every single time. But basically, the user is going to get put into conflict. And so the question the user has to answer is, are you going to go guard the solo wide receiver on his post, or are you going to go guard the underneath receiver? So you see here this post. It's one of the only routes that cuts over the middle of the field this year that gets over the top of these yellow zones. The yellow zones in college football 25 are really good if they're not shaded down at kind of taking away the deeper seam area of the field. And so this route really attacks it well. You can throw it right on the cut, like right there, if you want to throw it right there. Basically, as soon as he cuts to the middle of the field. And the reason we're stemming it down is just to make sure that it goes a little sharper. That's the whole purpose of this. And then you'll see here, kind of right on the cut. We'll throw it right on the cut right here. Boom, easy read. So let's say that the user, so what does the user have to do to actually defend this? The user basically has to really kind of commit to going and guarding it. So it would basically look like this guy on the left side going and defending it himself. So you see here, he's going to defend it. Look how quick that in route cuts over the middle. And that's how you can kind of take that kind of snapshot and put it in that place. Now, another thing that you can do with this, and this is why you want to run your bunch to the wide side of the field. Let's say they're running a little bit more man coverage on you. What you can do is you can utilize a motion slant. So the way I like to utilize them is we're going to motion this guy to the left, and then we're going to immediately motion him back to the right and snap the ball. What you're going to see is that's going to get him unbumpable. And then the Z-spot post, I think I actually forgot to stem him down. Let me show you that again. This Z-spot post is going to be really, really good. Now, you don't have to motion this guy out, but if you want to, you certainly can. And you can do that with your in route, too. You don't have to, you could do it like this. What I like to do with the motion out is I like to motion him left and then immediately motion him right. And you'll see how that kind of like will kind of create a unique separation. And then here you'll see the in route. So it kind of runs a little slow when you use it with a motion. I'll show you that again. This time I'll show it to you with no motion. And I'll talk about also show the post route. So you see here, this post route is unbumpable. So when he cuts inside, normally is a pretty easy read. Now, the only thing, so in this situation, like if they are playing a lot of man coverage, they're going to jam that slot receiver there. So one of the things you can do to kind of, I guess, change this up a little bit is streak the tight end. You can stem this slot. And then you can actually do a drag route or a basic 5-yard in route. The reason this is going to be good is because you have that corner off rip against man, but then this really is going to clear out a lot more. It's going to clear out a lot more space for the post. The post is kind of being terrible right now. We'll see if we can get you a good example. Cover on robber low key, kind of bagging with a 3-rec. Let me get that hook curl out of the middle so you can actually see what's possible with this play. Essentially, when he cuts, pass laid down inside, that's what I'm looking for right there. That like a cutoff aggressive catch, really, really decent. And again, there's a lot of ways to beat man coverage in this game, so you don't have to, like, man coverage is not good in this game. I just want to say that. So if you think you're going to be able just to run man coverage, you're really not. Like, this simple drag underneath cooks man coverage, okay? So there's a lot of holes in man. It just so happens that cover one robber kind of defends this play decently just because the safety is in the yellow and the tight end has to be on a streak. Now, if they're not doing the press, this play is so much better. So, and there's a lot of reasons not to do a press, because if you give up a one-play score, you're probably not going to do a press. But if they don't, let's say they don't press you here, watch this route. You'll see this is a lot cleaner of a read. And you can throw this here, and it becomes a huge play for you. So it's more of a zone play, but it is decent against man coverage. There's ways to make it better against man. Like, one thing you can do, you can kind of utilize this wide side of the field here and put this guy on this in route like this. This has been good for years. I'd probably stem him up just slightly. This will really space well. And you'll see, you can even throw this like right in that pocket as well if they have a hard flat over there. Another super underrated route that a lot of people don't utilize this year that's really good against man that I'll show you is the short cross. So the short cross is a new hot route this year. So if you were to, let's say you were to run the play like this, watch this short cross route. It's a little better at beating man, in my opinion, than a slant. And you can utilize that route as well. You can also do this to the tight end. So you see how we're just going to use this little short cross route, get it across the middle of the field. And then, of course, we have this nice user catch route. So kind of a neat little play here. This also does a really good job. This one setup that I showed you, kind of that second setup that I showed you, is going to do a really good job of attacking cover 2. So if they want to run a lot of cover 2 on you, you know, basically when he kind of, the shed's in practice mode. Basically when he cuts across the middle of the field, you're going to have him. So we'll just show it like this. And you can, this is where you would want to utilize this corner route. Let me go back to the play. So there's really two setups. The first one is, you know, streak this guy and basically run it like this. The second one is to stem the corner route all the way down, like so, and then kind of run it like this. And what you'll see here is he will split. Now, if you were to run this, and let's say you know it's cover 2, low key, cover 2 is really weird this year. So, like, I would use maybe a slant, because the slant will pull the deep half a little better. We'll see if we can't get this for you. Basically right in that window. That's where you want to throw it. And that's really the read for cover 2, is that post. But in general, this play is really good. It'll be a variety of coverages. It's very easy to kind of throw through the zones with this in route. This in route's one of the best routes in the game. And then you pair that with a really hard route, like a route they have to use her, which is this route right here. You could also, another setup I see people run a lot is this tight end wheel. And they'll stem that wheel route up so it kind of runs a little flatter. And then they'll kind of throw this right in here. So a couple different ways to run the play, but that's the route. Stem it all the way down. It makes it a lot better. If you want to check out the full ebook on this formation and on this offense, it's in the school community, school.com/Cody Ballard. Link is in the description below.